Welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for another premium spirits review. I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, joined by my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for joining us on another alcohol review.
This one, it's been a long time coming, and I'm looking forward to it. Whistle Pig 10-year straight rye. We did the farm stock rye not too long ago, and actually a little exclusive look into the behind the scenes of the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, but this I've been looking forward to for a while. This is the straight rye that was set aside by the distiller from Maker's Mark.
Yep.
So this is the stuff that I'm quite interested in.
This is a brand that you've been pretty high on for a couple of months now. And
Well,
so far, I've really enjoyed. I've only tried the farm stock, but really enjoyed that. So I can't imagine that I'll be disappointed here.
That's a sweet nose. Just immediately out of the bottle.
We're trying this with a splash of water in the bottom to open it up.
Lovely glass here.
Absolutely. Got to use the nice Jameson cut recycled bottle glass when I can. Usually doesn't leave my shelf behind me, as you can see behind us.
We are here in the house of Tony G. So.
Oh, wow. That is I'm not even up to it, and it is just already hitting my nose.
But for as high alcohol as it is, very sweet.
Incredibly sweet
So
smell
sweet.
but you can definitely smell the booze.
I'm having a hard time finding it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm immediately.
Okay, there we go. When you stay there, yes.
I immediately get the booze followed by the sweetness. I guess my order is just backwards.
It's like
I didn't get the
citrusy,
rye.
orchard fruity,
Yeah,
sweet.
I didn't get the rye aroma
No.
until like the fourth or fifth.
I can see why this whiskey might have been set aside as something special.
Yeah.
Well, let's. I'm getting a slight bit of honey on that last smell. It was just
very
as
faint.
my nose pulled away, I got it.
Yeah, very faint.
Oh man, this is going to be a good one.
All right. Oh, wow. Wow, there's a burn.
Oh, yeah.
There is a definite burn. It's not a bad burn, though.
High alcohol.
Yeah. The initial... Wow. I'm having...
100 proof, 50 ABV.
I got that faint hint of honey on the nose on the last few smells. I got that for a fleeting second on the initial taste.
It's a spicy one. It's a spicy rye. But I'm not getting any...
You get a fruity, and then it settles into a very, very rye. You get that burn and that tingle of a rye. And then as the aftertaste starts settling on the back of your throat, you get a little bit more honey and another spice, a floral spice.
Bring your nose up to it now that's been in your mouth. See if you don't pick up more of that honey.
Yeah, I am now. Yeah, very floral spice on the back finish of the aftertaste.
Like it's an explosion of spice the minute you open your mouth and oxygen hits your mouth.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I could imagine this.
It coats the roof of your mouth and your tongue.
It coats the entire palate.
Yeah.
Which normally that's for something like cognac. You'll put just one small drop in it.
Wow. Gotta say that's an impressive.
There's like a minty quality to it. A minty quality to the spice, not like a cinnamon.
It's a very cooling sensation when you breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, especially when you breathe in, you get a very minty cooling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. This one's a complicated bouquet.
This is so many different flavors.
Yeah, the more I get into it, just the more honey and the more subtlety.
And this is a 10-year, 100 proof. Man.
Yep, 10 years straight rye.
Yeah, it's for being as heavy on the booze. It's not overbearing. It smells like it's going to be. At least it did for me. but it's not. You can drink this. You don't have to just take tiny little sips. You can take a healthy drink, and it's not overbearing, even though it does coat your entire mouth.
Okay, when I was swishing it around a bit on the back of my tongue, I was getting like a warm, spicy wood.
Oh yeah, I just tried it. Wow,
Like it's just you just feel like
just as you were saying that, I did the swish, and it really gives you a nice burn on the back of
yeah,
your tongue.
but it's wood. It's not
It
like
is
it's not like you just bit a jalapeno or something. It's
not a pine, but yeah, an oaky. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. It's this is
Wow,
some interesting stuff here,
this is a
sir.
very complex rye.
Yeah, I know you're kind of a rye snob. You tend to be a little picky about your ryes.
You know, the thing about ryes for me is it's never really the same twice. And I don't know why that is, but it depends on my mood, I guess, maybe.
Well,
Because
that's
sometimes I like one, and then the next time I try it, I'm like, it's not that good.
well, rye has a tendency to be very batchy, and that's why this stuff, the fact that they've been putting out some very consistent product at Whistle Pig from what we've tasted.
yeah,
Um, they got the one good batch, so definitely this is some stuff. It's great. It's here available now. It could go away at some point in the future. I would definitely recommend picking up a bottle or two of Whistle
yeah,
Pig, regardless of what it is,
that's a great one to have on
from
the
their
shelf.
piggyback all the way up to their Boss Hog. Anything I'm gonna guess is gonna be pretty good because this is a little bit above their bottom shelf offering. The farm stock was their original bottom shelf offering. Now they got a piggyback, which is a 6-year.
Mm,
Which hey, I'm sure that's gonna be
that
good
makes
too.
sense.
As soon as I find one, we'll be reviewing it.
Makes sense. No, this would be a great bottle to have on your shelf. Not only is it
Mhm.
a good drink and whiskey, but like you said, the story goes along with it really nicely too. So it's a good conversation piece as well.
Yes.
Plus a unique name.
Now,
And I do like the bottle. They're all aesthetically pleasing.
yes. Now, this one we're going to grade on 3 different grades because we did the same with Scotch. This is a high brand American whiskey. We're going to do the same here.
Okay.
So, this does resemble more of a Canadian whiskey. It was Canadian rye that was saved. So, the 3 categories will be rye whiskey, Canadian whiskey, and of course, brown spirits.
Okay.
So, as a rye whiskey,
I give this a 3.5 on, or 3.75 on rye. I really like it. It's very complex.
Tony G. Now, granted, yes,
yeah, 3.75 on a rye.
I'm going to be a lot more generous with the rye on this. There's a lot of ryes that when I try them, like you've gone to Milo days where you have the Milo pancakes and you just feel like you're just chewing on oatmeal grain. When I drink a lot of rye whiskeys, that's what I get.
Yeah. Yeah, you get.
Not the case with this.
If you search for the grain flavor,
yeah, you'll find it, but you gotta look. I'm gonna give this in terms of rye 4.25.
Wow. Okay.
I cannot deny it as an excellent rye whiskey and probably one of the best we've had.
Okay. On a Canadian whiskey scale, I'm gonna actually give this a 4.
Wow.
Because like the bar is set kind of low on Canadian whiskeys. If I'm being completely honest, mostly it's high-end Crown. That's as good as it gets. So the bar's set kind of low, and I think this fits in very nicely with that line of products.
In terms of Canadian whiskey, I would say 4 would be kind of the low end of the grade. I would say 4.5 as a Canadian whiskey. It's a fine proof of type. It's one of the better. It's definitely one I would recommend people pick up.
Absolutely.
Now, the one that you are infamously hard to please, brown spirits.
What does this retail at?
$75.
Okay. For a $75 bottle, give or take, where you find it, on a brown spirit scale, 3. And that's just because it's such a complex spirit. It is good, and I like it. But on a brown spirit scale, for the price, I had to factor that in a little bit.
I could understand where you're coming at. I mean, like if there was somebody that was just wanting to grab a bottle of drinking hooch for the night,
Yep.
like this would not be
No.
an excellent choice because this is a good high-end sipping whiskey.
It's a higher quality.
So for that, I would say I'm going to give it 3.75, just under 4 stars. In its individual categories of rye and Canadian whiskey, it excels. But I understand what you're saying. This isn't, hooch that you just suck down.
No, absolutely.
Okay, this
absolutely
is something that takes a sip or two.
Yeah, no, this would be a great sitting outside, maybe around a campfire, puffing on a cigar type rye whiskey, and that's what I'm envisioning when I'm drinking it. So, you know what? Honestly, there's almost room for improvement on my own rating, just thinking of a more atmospheric setting.
Oh yeah. This is a great whiskey for good occasions. But yeah, there is that little bit of whiskey bite that reminds you what you're drinking.
You know what you're drinking.
This one would be great on the rocks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
This would be perfect on
Yeah, this would melt over ice.
I think if we do a second take on this video, it'll be on the rocks.
Yep. Agreed.
Which start looking for those coming soon, folks. Ooh. Second takes. So all that being said, Tony G, this is our taste test and review of the excellent Whistle Pig 10-year straight rye whiskey. I would recommend you pick it up, and when I get this back home, it's going on the top shelf.
All right.
So
fair enough.
That should tell you. That's all you need to know from me, folks. Top, middle, or bottom shelf. This one ain't even touching that bottom shelf. So
fair enough.
Folks, like, share, subscribe. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, Phil KOE, handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner here, Tony G, before we make one last little announcement.
Thank you very much for watching. Again, like, share, subscribe. This is a great one to pick up if you like unique blends. Take it away.
Oh, this it's not even a blend, sir. It's just straight rye.
Well,
but there's another reason that we busted this one out.
Yes.
That's because we decided it was time to celebrate.
Yes.
We're celebrating the fact that we will be taking off for Texas very shortly. And not only will we be at the Royal Rumble, Tony, we are also going to NXT Worlds Collide. NXT versus NXT UK.
Yep.
And
we are our cup runneth over with fantastic wrestling on this glorious weekend. 2020 is going to be the year for live events.
I'm going to have a hard time not screaming my mouth hoarse at the NXT event.
True.
Like my throat might be hoarse by the end of that one.
Well, so, you know what might help with that? Coating your throat with a little bit of Whistle Pig.
Yeah, we might end up having to get ourselves a little bottle while we're down there.
Maybe
we'll see what happens.
Take a flask with us.
Unfortunately, that's kind of hard in 2020 now.
True.
So we'll see how that all goes, and we will keep you posted in the latest and greatest and all the happenings. We're going to be uploading pretty much all weekend.
Pretty much.
We'll give our review of NXT, and Tony, I don't know. We'll discuss on the plane ride there if I should be gracious enough to allow you a chance to win the title at the NXT event.
Wow.
But we will see. We'll see. Let us know in the comments section what you think. You may very well decide.
Regardless on how things go on NXT, we know that I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, and then I will become Tony Two Belts for my newly acquired title. So I have to regain what was rightfully mine from the get-go, and it'll look so pretty with this new one. So
oh man, Tony Two Belts. That's
can't wait to be Tony Two Belts.
Should have seen that coming, folks. So all that being said, I will be defending my RWP championship at the Royal Rumble. Right now, the championship is deep within the castle vaults of Castle KOE. And I really didn't want to have to give my, genetic code, thumbprint, retinal scan, and everything to get in.
Right.
So I figured we'd come over, have us a little review, and lovely squirrel belt, by the way.
Thank you.
But all that being said, my championship's not going anywhere. It will stay right where it is at the highest display case at Castle KOE. But regardless, T, I am ecstatic. We are going
Yes.
Royal Rumble, man. My God, we are going to the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Still doesn't seem real, but here we are, like
Yeah,
36 hours away.
It doesn't seem real.
No.
Like, I still can't even fathom that we're going to be going to the Royal Rumble in pretty decent seats.
Yeah.
And I made sure we weren't behind one of those giant column things.
Yeah. Very necessary.
We're going to see The Fiend.
Yes.
And I'm predicting for the Royal Rumble, the surprise entrant will be a Texas native. Going out on a big limb there, aren't I?
Crazy
Whew.
crazy prediction there.
Yep.
I think I'm going to play it simple and just stick with the edge. Edge
That
return.
shouldn't even count. He posted him looking at his
I
tights
know.
all like, here we go.
It's been like 10 years, though. It's still pretty big. I don't know.
Yes, I'm going to pop huge,
Well, yeah.
but I'm sorry. There was a YouTube video that kind of got me a little too. Like, who could possibly be the surprise entrance? Could it be Stone Cold?
No.
Could it be Shawn Michaels?
Probably not.
Maybe The Undertaker?
Eh,
What about Hulk Hogan?
no. Probably definitely not.
I know, but I can dream.
We can.
Yes, it'll be like Christmas Eve. I'm sleeping thinking of all these people coming. Just please don't let it be Nia Jax.
I'll drink to that. On that note,
We get to see The Fiend, though.
that brought me back.
We get to see King Corbin.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I mean, from one king to another. Tony. King Corbin, the King of Extreme, both royalty
In one place.
at the Royal Rumble.
At one place, yeah.
I mean, there's going to be so much greatness in that arena
Yeah.
that there's going to be a couple of people that just become great just by being close to all of
That's
us.
true.
All right, well,
All right.
all that being said, folks, this is going to be one hell of a trip. I'm
Indeed.
looking forward to it.
Yes.
I can't wait. I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
I'm giddy.
It's getting closer, and I'm
It's like-
I'm a glass cage of emotion.
I know. I'm just so, Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Indeed.
I feel sorry for anybody that's even sitting in our general facility on the
They're
airplane
gonna hate us.
because
they're
it's just
absolutely
going to
going
be nothing but wrestling
Hate
talk.
us.
Nothing but wrestling talk.
On the
So,
airplane, in the seats, in the arena, yeah.
all that
Everybody's gonna
being
hate
said,
us.
folks, like, share, subscribe. Tony and I will be giving you updates the whole way through, and this is going to be one heck of a journey.
Absolutely. We'll see you there, folks.